I would wake up, I'll go to forums, I'll go to my work messaging, and everywhere people telling me, fish suck. A lot of our developers actually, during this development cycle, they swore off eating Swedish fish until we finished development. They couldn't look at another fish in the eye. It was just like I'm sorry, I just can't.
Welcome to Crush and Tell, where we lift the lid on the magic of Candy Crush Saga by introducing you to the people who make the magic happen. They'll be serving up exclusive hints and tips, revealing game-changing features, and debunking some of your gameplay theories as well. Now, each week, I will introduce you to a new team member and talk about your most desired topics, so let's dive right in. Elena, thank you so much for joining us on Crush and Tell today. It's so nice to have you here on the couch.
Thank you, I'm very excited.
Yes. So before we jump into today's topic, I would love to get to know you a little better. So can you tell us who you are and what you do with Candy Crush?
So I'm Elena. I play and build games. Currently, I'm Senior Product Director on Candy Crush. I live in London. I have a 7-year-old son who is better at games than me already.
No.
Very annoying, I know, but also very impressive.
Yes.
And I also actually have a fun fact that I only realized recently. My surname in Russian is Fisher. So, and in my high school, my nickname was Little Fish. So it was another match made in heaven. I was born to be working on this feature. When I don't play games, I read a lot of books, make costumes, anything creative. So this job is perfect for me.
I love that segue. It's fantastic. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about today's current topic, which is the fish. Elena, give us a quick and simple lowdown on exactly what fish are and what they do in the game.
So Candy Crush is the iconic game. That's how Match 3 basically started, right? And it's wild that in 13 years, with 20,000 levels, until recently, we haven't had square matching. Right? So that's how it all started. We wanted to give our players square matching they'd been asking for. Then, at the same time, we wanted to give players more strategic tools, how to progress towards levels. And the third part is that we already had fish in game. It was one of the most iconic, the oldest elements we have, very loved by players, right? So our journey started. Then we were like, okay, we'll do square match, we put fish on top, and everyone will be happy.
Well, there was a lot of buzz around the fish's arrival, for sure. Was there anything particularly hard to get right when designing the feature prior to launch?
So many things. To start with, that fish is OG, right?
Yes.
The code is 13-year-old code. Wow. Code. First 20,000 levels. None of them is designed or created with fish in mind. How do you make it work and work fast? Second one, how do you introduce something so big and fundamental without upsetting players, right? Or breaking their trust with the game, or screwing up their core gameplay.
What did it feel like going through kind of that first day of launch and those first days after launch?
Honestly, it was like a battlefield.
Okay.
I would wake up, I'll go to forums, I'll go to my work messaging, and everywhere people telling me, fish suck. It doesn't go where I want it to go. I'm like, well, at least we have strong reactions, right? That's good. But then we have daily stand-ups with the team, like what bugs, what issues do we address? How do we do it? So which ones are super urgent to address? So we group those into one bucket. Which ones we are saving for a big upgrade later? But we were trying to chuck at those things every single day. And I think last week I saw that somebody on our community forum wrote, fish is definitely the spice of this game. And I was like, yes, thank you. Mission is accomplished.
Okay, so can you explain to me a little bit about the new recent updates to fish? What has changed and what can we as players expect?
So there are some things that we're introducing with the most recent update, which is Fish 3. One is it's a completely new behavior, targeting behavior, right? What fish targets. We created a multi-tier system which always prioritizes, analyzes the board, this is the tile that progresses me the most towards the goal, right?
Okay.
And then goes after that. The second one is we call it retargeting. Because sometimes you activated the fish, in the meantime, some special got activated, cascade happened, so the tile where the fish was going get destroyed. So we integrated a new behavior that the fish, like going, oh, the tile is destroyed, I'm going to a different one. So this is really, really cool to watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that you've overcome what were probably the biggest challenges when it comes to fish?
So I don't think we are ever done with the fish, and with any gameplay mechanic, right? If you think about this, our most engaged players play millions of game rounds per day, right?
Wow.
With this scale, even like a tiniest change you do has like, it's a butterfly effect, right? There's a chaos somewhere, or butterfish effect as we call it, right? And fish is not a subtle change. But if I look at our journey back, right, to the February launch, this like absolute like bug fixing sprint over and over again. And then we spent another few months completely redesigning the fish experience, looking into how it works, behavior, target, and visuals. Right now, I'm very proud where we are, and I am really hoping that our players agree with me and they love it.
Can you share any fun facts with us about the new fish or anything people can look out for?
So in the code, our fish is still called jellyfish because, like I said,
They went for jelly.
Exactly. It was designed just to go for jelly. Not anymore. Now it's very versatile, right? Wild card. But it is called jellyfish. And as you might know, it's based on the famous Swedish fish. And Candy Crush Saga was born in Sweden. So
Ooh.
nice synergy. So a lot of our developers actually, during this development cycle, they swore off eating Swedish fish until we finished development. I don't know whether like they couldn't like look another fish in the eye or just like I'm sorry, I just can't.
I love that. When it comes to the fish, because they can be a bit of a wild card or they can be like the OP tool in your handbag that wins you the level, what are your pro tips or advice for how to use the fish so that players can get the most out of it?
Yes, I don't think I have like best tip. I'm sure
Okay.
that the players know the best.
Yes.
But what I usually do, I scan the board and in the beginning of the round, and I like to front load my fishes.
Okay.
Right? I front load them and just saving them for the later, right? So I create like a nice fish army because I really love ending my levels in Super Sugar Crush.
Yeah.
So in the end, when everything is aligned, I just unleash either collarbone with fish or striped, and then everything's just like, oh, nice.
Colorbound with fish is always a great combo. Now, Elena, before you go, do you have any questions for the player community?
Of course, although I might regret it later. So what's your favorite and least favorite thing about the fish?
Ooh, that's a tough one, and I feel like we'll get some honest feedback. Elena, thank you so much for giving us this insight and kind of this insider look at where the fish started, how they came to be where they are now, and where they might be going next. This has been super insightful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode of Crush and Tell. Keep crushing it.